Good morning, everybody. My name is Hercules, and welcome back to a brand new video on my Hardcore Season 2 world. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. So you join me here, guys, in my mine shaft that I dug all the way down to literally the bottom of the world. And during a live stream, I actually mined out a large room for this particular video. And you may be wondering what the purpose of this room is. Well, guys, today we are going to be building for ourselves a Sniffer seed farm. And this one is actually my own design that I have drafted in a creative test world. So everything in this shulker box is what we need, minus the two mobs that we need, which is Sniffers and Allays. Those mobs will add last to this farm. And if you want more clear details on the materials that you need for this, I'll share an image right now that lists every single material that you need. And feel free to pause the video, look through it, and hope you guys enjoy this little tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mine the middle block, and we're going to place moss right here. And we're building this underground, so if you do build this on the surface, then you're going to need more blocks. So I also might need to get rid of these torches because, yeah, I was afraid of this. Torches actually block the deep slate from getting converted, so we're actually going to have to mine all this. So the first thing, like I said, we're going to do is cover the entire 31 by 31 area in a layer of moss. It doesn't have to be moss, it just has to be blocks that Sniffers can dig seeds for. Okay, that took a bit longer than I expected. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna count all the way up to the middle. So we have 5. Okay, so the reason I tried to mark out where the middle is because we need to mine the middle 9 blocks so it forms a 3 by 3 area of empty space. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill in 8 of these blocks with mud, and we're going to leave this hole open. Now the reason we're using mud is because mud is a block that can be dug through by Sniffers, but it isn't a full block, which means hoppers can extract items. So then what we need to do is we need to, I would say, dig down about like 5 blocks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a ring of hoppers going all the way around. Then we need to dig out in this area. Then we're going to place a double chest right here and then connect a last hopper to that. So now the collection mechanism is all set. So now what we need to do is we need to grab out the observers. We need to place one facing down like this. Then we need to add a note block on top of that. Oh, and we'll uncover some diamonds along the way. I'll absolutely take that. And then what we're going to do is have an observer face into that, which is going to make an observer clock, which is going to trigger the note block, which is exactly what I need to do. But for the purposes of the audience of this video, I am going to turn note blocks / jukebox noises off temporarily, so that way we don't have to hear the note block while we're working. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build a tower of trap doors going all the way up, covering all 4 sides of the note block. We're going to have a lantern inside the middle of this so no monster spawns on top of the note block. Then we're going to remove the deep slate block since that is temporary. So now what we're going to do is take the glass and block off any holes to prevent when we add the allays in here really soon, to prevent them from escaping this place. Okay, and strictly speaking, this farm is done. Like, this is literally it. The only thing we have to do is get rid of the torches, put in a different form of lighting. I'm thinking dangling lanterns with chains will be a good option. So now, guys, I'm just gonna grab some light and then we're gonna try to transport the mobs into here. So we're just gonna make like a little lamp post with a cobbled deep slate wall, a chain, and a lantern. You can decorate the inside of this Sniffer farm however you want to. This is just to prevent hostile mobs from spawning in. Alright, I feel like I've lit it up enough to the point where I feel comfortable that no monsters can spawn in here. Because I have checked the light level, and the lowest it dips down to is like around 4. And the easiest way to transport the sniffers is in their egg form. So before we go, I am just going to grab a couple of extra items. And over time, we're going to keep breeding these 2 sniffers until we have like the amount of sniffers that I feel comfortable with. Because I think we can place like 32 sniffers in the farm and maybe more. So like off camera, I'm going to be adding more and more sniffers to this farm. Alright, there we go. I've given them items, so hopefully they should follow me underground. I'm going down the staircase slowly because if I fall, then they might lose track of me. So I'm going to hold this up, and now the allays can't escape. And now all we gotta do is place down the sniffer eggs, and they'll hatch twice as fast since they're on moss. So it's kind of ideal to have moss instead of like other diggable blocks. So now what'll happen in the background, the sniffers will grow up, dig up seeds, the allays will search around until they find it. Until they find seeds, sniffers dig up, they'll throw the seeds onto the mud, and the hoppers will grab the items through the mud and put it into the chest. So functionally speaking, the sniffer seed farm is done, but off camera I am gonna decorate this, of course. And honestly, like, I'm really proud I came up with this design myself. And now this objective can finally be written off. But that sniffer seed farm isn't all we're gonna do in today's video, because I want to do some more building. And a building that I want to try to do is actually decorate this second entrance into the storage system. Because there is a way you can get into the storage system from the library, and then there's also this entrance here. But I want to decorate this entrance in some way. And I have an idea, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to gather a bunch of materials to decorate this, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so in this shulker box is all the materials that we need. The build that I'm going to do right here is going to be like one of those vertical mine shafts. So the supports we're going to make out of a mix of basalt and deep slate. Going to try to make good use of the deep slate since we mined a lot for the sniffer seed farm. So this corner we'll mark out where one pillar is going to be. And then right here is going to be like another pillar. Alright, so now that I've marked out where the pillars are going to be, now we just need to build them up until I'm satisfied with how high they're going to be. Alright, I think Y78 is a good height. Let's get these pillars built. And now we can start work on the wooden facade of this thing. For a bit of decoration, I was thinking maybe we could use some decorative pots. So now we're going to lay out each story of this building. We're going to mark out each floor with sideways stripped dark oak logs. One thing that does worry me though is that I hear a lava pool somewhere. So I'm going to need to try to find it if this build does end up in flames. And then to support the beams, we're going to build a little archway like this to make this build feel more supported. And we will do the same thing on this floor, but I want to build like the lower floor with like slabs and stuff. And I am going to leave a little gap for a staircase. Would be helpful if I had scaffolding, but I don't have any on me at the moment. Alright, I think it might be a smart idea to build a floor in the middle of this one and then the one up top. There's 8 blocks, which means it's an even number. Maybe I should move this floor 1 block up so that way it is an odd number. And then this will be the second floor, and then I'll move this floor up. Okay, we should mark another floor below. 3, 4, bam. This is going to be the next floor. Sorry this is taking a long time, but like I said, I didn't draft this in a craft test world. And I'm still trying to figure out where to like build everything. And like I said, I'm going to build this up 1 floor, but I think I'm going to do that off camera. Because at the moment, just want to like try to get the lower levels done in terms of like decoration. I think what I want to do is add the decorating touches and then wrap up this video, because I've been building for quite a while. Right, so now we can start adding like decorative stuff and build railings on here. Like we can start putting like some decorative pots here. We could also craft some barrels. One thing we could do is I've seen some people do this like before barrels were added, is to like make a barrel using spruce trapdoors and then adding water, which in my opinion is a neat little build hack. And there's many other things that we could do with this mine shaft. But I think the last thing that I want to do is trim this little hill here and then add like a bit of a entryway. There we go. Shovel that. Replace these little gaps with stone. Alright, I feel pretty confident with this build. We'll try other things off camera, but I think it's gonna look really cool. Let's trim this a little bit. But now what I want to do is check how my sniffers are doing, because I have built this farm inside of the spawn chunks, which is kind of ideal so that the farm runs in the background. Ooh, the sniffers have grown up. Let's see if have we gotten any more product. Not yet. They might have just grown up, because sniffers take quite a while to do so. They seem to have all accumulated over to the right side for some reason. Maybe I should replace the moss blocks that these sniffers can't get to, because that might be one way to slow down the farm. Like maybe they're able to dig seeds through gravel, which wasn't a thing I had in mind. Oh no, they are digging seeds. Okay. Alright, so one last thing before we wrap up this video. I want to craft some fences for, you know, railing. Oh, and I also forgot to strip these logs as well. Whoops. So there we go. For a start, this mine shaft doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to do some minor build hacks / decorations, and we'll see what I can come up with in the next video. But guys, I have been recording for quite some time, so I think I'll do you guys a favor and wrap it up here. Like, we have been pretty productive. We built my very own sniffer seed farm. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, please do drop a like rating. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out on my future videos. And be sure to check out my Discord server. Link to it will be in the description. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you all in the next video. See you guys later.